Have you ever wondered what it would be like to receive a message from beyond our everyday world? To get a glimpse into spiritual realities that shape our lives and our future? It's a fascinating thought, and it leads us to the story of a remarkable woman from the 19th century, EllenGWhite. Her life was marked by thousands of profound experiences she described as visions from God. Today, we're going to explore the incredible story behind these visions, what they were, what she saw, and the lasting impact they've had. Ellen was just a young girl when her life took an unexpected turn. At the age of 9, a serious injury left her frail and unwell, ending her formal schooling. It was during this difficult period, in her teenage years, that she experienced her first vision. Imagine this, a quiet prayer meeting in Portland, Maine, in December 1844. Suddenly, 17-year-old Ellen felt the power of God come over her, and she was lost to the world around her. In this first vision, she saw a straight and narrow path, high above the world, leading to a glorious city. A bright light shone upon the path, which she understood to be the midnight cry, a reference to the belief in Jesus' imminent return. She saw people walking this path, their eyes fixed on Jesus, who was just ahead guiding them. As long as they kept their eyes on him, they were safe. But if they looked down or behind, they would stumble and fall off the path into the dark world below. This powerful imagery set the stage for the thousands of visions that would follow over the next 70 years. So, what were these visions actually like? According to eyewitnesses, and there were many, from skeptical doctors to devout believers, the physical phenomena were extraordinary. When a vision began, Ellen would often cry out, "Glory, glory," and then fall into an unconscious state, completely unaware of her surroundings. Doctors who examined her during these episodes noted that she wasn't breathing, yet her pulse remained steady and her skin color normal. Her eyes would be open, but she wouldn't blink or react to light. She was often described as being incredibly strong, sometimes holding a heavy Bible open with one outstretched arm for an extended period, a feat that would be impossible under normal circumstances. These weren't just fleeting dreams. The visions could last anywhere from a few minutes to nearly 4 hours. During this time, Ellen was essentially an observer in a different dimension. She described being in the presence of an angelic guide who would show her various scenes, explain their meaning, and deliver messages for her to share. She saw biblical events unfold as if she were there, from the creation of the world to the life of Christ and the dramatic final events of Earth's history. One of the most significant series of visions she received became the foundation for a book series called The Conflict of the Ages. This sweeping narrative covers the grand cosmic struggle between good and evil, from its origins in heaven all the way to its ultimate resolution and the restoration of the earth. In these visions, she wasn't just given a summary, she was shown vivid, detailed scenes. She witnessed the rebellion of Lucifer in heaven, the temptation of Adam and Eve in Eden, the struggles of the patriarchs and prophets, and the poignant life, ministry, and sacrifice of Jesus Christ. She described seeing the crucifixion with such emotional intensity that it left a lasting, profound impact on her own spiritual life. The visions weren't limited to history and theology. Many were incredibly practical, providing guidance for the growing community of believers she was a part of, which would later become the Seventh-day Adventist Church. A large portion of her visionary instruction focused on health and well-being. This was truly revolutionary for the mid-1800s. While common medical practices of the day included things like mercury and tobacco-based treatments, EllenGWhite was shown a different way. In a major vision on health in 1863, she was given principles that are now widely accepted by mainstream science. She advocated for a plant-based diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. She emphasized the importance of fresh air, pure water, sunlight, and regular exercise. She warned against the harmful effects of tobacco, alcohol, and caffeine. She also stressed the vital connection between the mind and the body, highlighting the impact of stress, anxiety, and a clear conscience on a person's physical health. This holistic approach led to the establishment of health institutions, like the famous Battle Creek Sanitarium, which promoted wellness through natural remedies and lifestyle changes. The principles she shared over 150 years ago formed the basis of the health message that Adventists are still known for today. Her visions also provided guidance on education. She was shown that education should be about more than just cramming facts. It should be about developing the whole person, physically, mentally, and spiritually. She envisioned schools where practical skills were taught alongside academic subjects, where students learned the dignity of labor, and where the ultimate goal was to develop a character fit for this life and the life to come. This blueprint led to the creation of a worldwide network of schools, colleges, and universities that continue to operate based on these foundational principles. Of course, a claim as extraordinary as receiving visions from God naturally invites skepticism. Throughout her life, EllenGWhite faced scrutiny and criticism. Some accused her of having a neurological disorder like epilepsy as a result of her childhood injury. However, medical experts who studied her case both then and now have largely dismissed this. The physical characteristics of her visions, like not breathing for hours, are inconsistent with known medical conditions. Others have questioned the originality of her writings, suggesting she borrowed from other authors. While it's true that she, like any writer, read widely and sometimes used historical sources to provide context for the scenes she had been shown, she always maintained that the core of her messages and the key insights came directly from her visions. Researchers have found that while there are similarities in language with other contemporary writers, the way she synthesized ideas and the unique spiritual insights she brought were her own, all framed within the context of what she was shown by God. Ultimately, EllenGWhite never claimed infallibility for herself. She always pointed people back to the Bible as the ultimate standard of truth. She saw her role not as adding to the Bible, but as a lesser light meant to lead people to the greater light. Her visions were intended to illuminate biblical principles, to make them practical for her time, and to prepare people for the future. The legacy of EllenGWhite's visions is vast. They provided the spiritual and organizational blueprint for a global movement. They inspired a health and wellness revolution that was decades ahead of its time. They shaped an educational system focused on whole-person development, and most importantly for those who believe, her writings have offered millions of people spiritual guidance, hope, and a deeper understanding of God's love and His plan for humanity. Whether you view her as a prophet, a gifted spiritual writer, or simply a fascinating historical figure, the story of EllenGWhite and her visions is a powerful testament to a life lived in service to a divine calling. Her experience challenges us to think about how we connect with the spiritual, how we find purpose, and how we can live healthier, more meaningful lives. It's a story of faith, courage, and a light that continues to shine. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.